defensively, making sure we get back in transition and not allow them to get into baskets.
Is your personnel better defensively this season than it was last?
Well, we'll see. You know, that's to be tested. We certainly think we have some advantages, but until you get through the test of it, and go through it in the game situation, you don't really know. On paper, you would think so. We're younger, we're more athletic, we should be faster, crisper, but then you don't have the wisdom and knowledge of the guys going through it, so you got to gain this.
Hi, talking about personnel, with it being regular season now, how much do you plan on experimenting with lineups?
Well, we have 5 guys out, so we don't have 10 guys in uniform tonight, so how much experiment do you think we can have?
Is there anybody, I mean, you've gone through a preseason now, is there anybody that stands out to you on your roster that's really kind of earned his way, has gotten a lot better in that preseason?
It's early in the process. There are certainly guys who are looking forward to growing their role from the previous years in Hayward, and Favors will get more, Ennis Canner will get more touches, and we're looking for them to lead this group. Alec Burke come out to bench for us tonight, which may start for us, depends on how we go at different times during the course of the year. So all the young guys will take a role that's different from the role they were used to in the last couple of years. And we have guys like Trey Burke being out, Marvin Williams being out. So those roles will change when we get everybody back on the floor together.
What's been the feel? Marvin and Brandon for being back?
It's, they're making strides. I hate to give a date or a time frame. They're making strides, and we'll test them, and the next day we'll see how they respond to it.
We see November 24th.
I hope. I hope it was before then, but we'll see.
What's been the feel with those guys, knowing that tonight's for real and they're the leaders at this point?
Team?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been. You know what? The guys are excited, and they should be. It's opening night. It's a new group of guys with a lot of new roles. It should be an exciting time for us. We have to manage that excitement and get through the first part of the game so we can get to the business of playing basketball. We've got to make sure we don't make mistakes being excited. And we want to make sure we control the tempo while we're going through. The guys have a tendency to think that because you're going fast, it's good for us. We've got to make sure it's a favorable tempo to us.
Are you just going with John and the same lineup you had last week?
Yeah, we'll start John and going into with Richard and get Ramirez and start here.
Ty, you brought back Jamal Tinsley. I know he helped you guys out tremendously last year. Talk to me about the insight. What went into your thought process when you
The experience, the comfort level we have with him. He know what we're trying to do. He know how to run it. His experience in the league with this young group of guys. We needed him to help. We need him to help control the tempo for us. And he's a true point guard. And while Trey's out, and John is a speedy guy that can get baskets for us. Jamal can control the tempo and make sure we get the ball we want to get to.
Jamal ready to play significant minutes tonight?
I don't know significant minutes what that number is, but he will play for us, and we'll see how his conditioning hold up and how effective he is on the floor. And we'll manage that as we go forward here. First couple of weeks, and he's in shape. We get back in the game shape. We'll take him a little while.
So much has been made about the role of the young players changing. How's your role changing as a coach of a young team?
Teaching. A lot more teaching, a lot more attention to detail, going over more things than we have in the past, and staying on some things a little bit longer. And that's why I have to. My coaches have really been on me to go back to things that we've gone over. We should have gotten, but not executing it as well. And we have to make sure making sure we understand where we are before we move to the next thing. And that's because the season is approaching you and games are coming. You want to put more stuff in. We have to slow that down a little bit.
Do you like that more than maybe being a game manager?
Well, the game manager, you have that too. I mean, you have to play the games. So we're starting a new season now, exhibition season. You get away from it because you're working on combinations. You're trying to see what you have. But now with the season upon us, you have to manage minutes. You have to manage how we're playing. You have to manage, especially now with 5 guys out and limited in the rotations that you can have and trying to be competitive. Thinking about, not past tonight, but the month of September, the next month here, we have 17 games. So it's going to be a lot of back-to-back. So just managing where guys are.
Is there anything you're especially curious to see about your team tonight?
I'm sorry.
Anything especially interesting for you to find out tonight about your
team? How we compete. How will we? This is a great ball club we're playing against tonight. This is one of the teams in the West that's going to be there at the end. Although Westbrook is not playing, how do we show up against these guys with the enthusiasm or the excitement of opening night, getting past it, and how do you compete against them? And how do we get a lead, maintain the lead? If you're down, how do you fight back and control those things? So it's a lot to learn every night we're out.
Any reason why, I guess,